All right. Well, our next topic comes from, well, Nicolas Cage. Hey, Nick.
Nicolas Cage?
Hey, John. Chaos Walking is the new Doug Liman movie starring Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley with a $125 million budget. And since the movie's coming out in less than 2 months, why haven't we seen any marketing yet? Should we be worried?
Ooh, you know, it's funny. I just talked about a little bit of out of sight, out of mind, right? I had totally forgotten about this film.
I did too. And I like Lyman's last movie, American Made, the Tom Cruise movie. I really liked that a lot.
I thought that was a really good. I thought it was an underrated movie, especially coming out of Narcos, watching Narcos on TV, then going in and watching that, and then you figure out the connection between Narcos and the show.
It was
and
great.
The movie. Oh, it was really good. I like Doug Liman a lot. As a matter of fact, if you're like, wait, Doug Liman, he's not a household name like a Christopher Nolan or a Peter Jackson,
but he's got a pretty great filmography.
Well, I mean, take a look at this. Here's some of the notable films. Like we just talked about American Made, right? But he's the guy who did Edge of Tomorrow, which is one of the worst marketed films in history, but a bloody great movie. Amazing. He did Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which not a lot of people talk about. That movie, if you've never seen Mr. and Mrs. Smith, go watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And then, of course, he kicked off Bourne Identity, as well as a couple of other ones as well.
Well, he made Swingers.
Yeah,
that was his debut movie. And he
Yep.
made Go with Timothy Olyphant.
Yes, he did.
And those are great films. I mean, and look, I love Edge of Tomorrow. And it made no, I mean.
It did better. It had some legs. It ended up doing okay, but it did not make the money it deserved to make.
It's the ultimate movie about gamers. I would have thought that it would have been the ultimate sci-fi film.
If they had marketed it better,
right.
it could have been a huge hit.
Well, I've got the Japanese Steelbook, Blu-ray Steelbook, that under its original title, All You Need Is Kill.
I love that.
Which I love.
Totally should have left the title as that.
I know.
By the way, Doug Liman also was my director in the movie that I starred in, and Hayden Christensen was my co-star, Jumper. I'm in a couple of different scenes in Jumper.
I kind of like Jumper. I mean,
Jumper.
I didn't know that.
You know what I equate Jumper with? Because they shot a lot of it in Toronto. You know what I equate Jumper with? I equate Jumper a lot with Underworld, a movie that wasn't bad, but the potential they set up, it didn't live up to their own inherent potential.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I felt about Jumper. But at any rate, so Doug Liman's got this movie coming, Chaos Walking. Tom Holland, Spider-Man. You got Daisy Ridley, Ray, in there, right? Now, I don't. It's based on a novel. I don't know much about the novel. Apparently, it's on this inhabited world that we went and settled at some point in the future, and it's all men, and everybody can hear each other's thoughts, and it becomes like this noise that drives people mad. Until Tom Holland comes across a girl, Daisy Ridley, who can filter it all out or something. I don't know much about it. But at any rate, the first still for it came out, and fact checker Jonathan's got the picture up here. The first still image came out. Look, Doug Liman directing, Tom Holland starring, Daisy Ridley starring. Sounds good. We are now 2 months away from this movie coming out and no trailer. Now, let me say this. You asked the question, should we be worried? I've never understood the question about such and such trailer isn't out yet. Should we be worried? Worried about what?
Yeah.
The best trailers are usually to the worst movies. Just because they haven't put a trailer out says nothing about whether the movie is good or bad.
Right.
Because the best trailers are usually to the absolute worst movies. So I wouldn't worry about that. But if you're asking, should we be worried as in, is this thing going to release? Or at least release on time? I got to tell you what, I'm the type of guy who believes they should shorten trailer windows, but not 2 months.
Right.
Not for property nobody's ever really heard of before. And I'll tell you this, should we be worried about the quality? No. But as somebody who's kind of looking forward to this movie, I am a little worried it's going to miss its release date because I don't see how you don't already have started the marketing when the movie's coming out in 2 months.
Yeah, I don't either. But look, like we talked about the Murderer's Row of films that was coming out. Maybe they were just waiting until all of that was cleared away.
That's waiting pretty late in the game.
It is, but if it's a great trailer and they drop the trailer, look, people will start watching and talking. You can change that conversation tomorrow.
True.
And if it's good, I mean, now everyone's waiting. People are surprised at the success of Adam Robitel's Escape Room this weekend.
Yeah.
And I've known Adam for years. We worked together on Superman Returns, and I love seeing that success. But nobody expected that either. It doubled what they were projecting. I think if Chaos, look, I love the title Chaos Walking.
It's a great title.
It's a great title. And if they drop, bring that title, bring that movie. I want to see it. I'll go.
Okay, let me ask you
I
this.
didn't even know it was a science fiction movie.
If at this point you're saying, okay, don't panic yet about its missing its release date, at what point do you even
did it
use
miss
it?
its release
No,
date?
no, no. It's supposed to come out in like 2 months.
Oh, okay.
But we're wondering, should we be worried since there's no trailer yet that they might push off their release date? You're saying you're not worried about that yet,
No.
but at what point would you become worried that it's going to get pushed off its release date? If we don't get a trailer by
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So you're going to give it 2 more weeks.
I'll say the 15th, 21st at the very outside. If we don't have a trailer by the 21st, something's wrong.
They got to be pushing it off. Yeah.
Then,
they have to be
then
at that
suddenly
point.
Netflix is going to acquire it.
Oh my God.
It's
please
going to be a
don't.
Netflix acquisition.